Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, other peeps from the quilt, I welcome you to the upper bracket finals of DeVoid in-house tournament, which is taking place on 28th of February, and this is a best of 3 matchup, and we will be watching games, the whole matchup between these two players. So on the bottom left corner in the orange colors we have HalloWDosE, and he is facing Undertaker, which is playing Zerg race on the blue, with the blue pieces here on the right upper corner. My language is stumbling and everything else. I'm trying to formulate things. Sorry for a little bit of mishaps, but you know, we will get into that. Been playing too much tournaments today and not really casting too much tournaments, so there you go. That's my first cast today, unfortunately, but yeah, we are already at the upper finals, and we are still probably going to see the bottom finals, I believe, question mark maybe, together with system, and then the grand finals. So eventually who is winning this matchup between these two guys is going to the grand finals, and who is losing is falling to the lower bracket and then going to the lower bracket finals. So that's the thing. And yeah, let's check out. So interesting opening here from HalloWDosE. He is actually opening on the bottom ground with a command center first, then into barracks and like supply depot and barracks, and then I assume it's gonna be factory next to it. This is quite common for the situations where the Terran players is deciding to rush battle cruisers, and if I'm not wrong, as we have casted HalloWDosE, he is kind of how to say it right, it's not famous, he's like feeling quite lovely in playing those mech Terrans, specifically he's fond of playing mech Terrans, so it could be actually battle cruiser rush. Yes, it's a factory, and it's a reactor here from the Terran player. Meanwhile, the Zerg player has taken the third. He's going for speed. He's not mining gas at all anymore, so he has gotten 100 gas for the speed for his Zerglings. He has Overlord spotting the third, and probably for the main scout, his first Overlord did hide himself on this pillar away from the Marines. The SCV is going to scout. There is a third Overlord joining in for the information. There's actually more than interesting. Okay, there are a couple more Marines joining in, but there's actually barracks number 2 being built here up on the main main Terran base. The SCV arrives. He will spot 2 queens. There is a 3rd queen here in the main base. There is 4th queen over here. So the game is going to be a little bit passive, I would say. Yes. The fondness of the mech is not actually the name of the game. At the moment, it's actually going to be Marine siege tank, so it's probably going to be more bio-based for us. The Lings are finding out the information here that there are Marines and possibly siege tanks being built. The assumption probably is taken from the timing, which I would say that Undertaker has very well remembered, and he knows the timings of the things, so he will probably read it just from the front gate. Meanwhile, Terran player is going for steam packs, going for +1 attacks. He's going for barracks number 3, and he has finished his starport, which he is going to equip with a reactor to be able to produce medivacs and probably liberators. There is a scan, probably scanning down the layer timing or anything. There is a Bane's Nest also being built, so basically Lair will finish first, then the Bane's Nest, and there will be Bane Speed that Undertaker will equip next. There are no drones in the third. There is quite a bit of a Link build up over here, and Queen build up is impressive. They are standing here in this position in the middle, so if the drop comes like for this side or for this side, he's ready to respond. The creep has been spread. The Lynx was sent out to kill the rocks, so these rocks cannot be used as a leap position. Also, these rocks have gone down, so not frog leaping with the siege tanks from the Terran player. Meanwhile, Terran has gone for the third base. I assume that he's waiting for +1 timing, and he is fully walling off his natural to third this position, so run by is not possible. There is siege tank defending this wall. There is another siege tank here, another here, and there is another being built, so that's 4 siege tanks, a lot of marines. I believe that's a 5 barracks right now. These two does not have any attachments, but it's +1 timing attack right now, which was well spotted by the Zerg player here, which is trying to catch out with running links, but here the push is little bit bigger, therefore the links stop pushing that. I believe the Bane speed is there. A lot of Banes are being morphed in. It's like 19 of them being morphed in. There are double Evos over here. That's a vulnerable position, but okay. Macro hatchery is being built. No fourth yet. No fourth yet from the Zerg player. That's actually 4 siege tanks push with +1 attack timing. There's no fourth base. I believe that Terran player might be expecting that the fourth base is somewhere. So he will check also this position. He will find the creep tumor. The queens are here. And the fourth base actually is being made over here. And the siege tanks are actually leapfrogging. So 2 of them here, 2 of them here. Really good positions here for the Terran player. The queens are tanking the tank. Siege tank shots. The lings are dropped on the siege tanks, and Banes blow up everything else. That was good enough, but actually not good enough, unfortunately. Meanwhile, the Zerg has started 1-1 for his Lings and Banes, and the siege tanks is pushed a little bit forward, and there is a third siege tank joining in. More Banelings are being morphed in to be able to blow up those marines faster. They will run into the range of siege tanks over here. There's now 3 siege tanks, so that's quite a critical position. Meanwhile, the Zerg player is going actually for Hive. His fourth is finishing slowly. The queens actually jump one of the siege tanks, but I believe there is more of them being beelined, if any. Yep, there is one more, and there is actually Liberator being beelined. These marines are stuck, unfortunately, and they will not be able to come out of this reactor, so they this is advantage for the Zerg player per se. He's actually giving up the third base here to the siege tank pressure, but this is really good advantage because reactor barracks is not actually able to provide the marines, since I believe they are not able to move out of here anymore. So that's a good catch. That's a mistake here. Good for the Zerg player. And the Banes actually are interesting angle for them, but I guess there was a try to wrap around. The queens managed to shut down the Liberator, and the Lings and Banes are actually tasked to go to the counter-attack in a way, to try to catch out the supporting units or the queued-in units. And the next, the hatchery of the third base has gone down, and the fourth base also has gone down right now. And yeah, the force which was catching out the opponent's forces, the reinforcements, is coming back. So basically there is a big beeline of marines and siege tanks coming down. Meanwhile, Ultralisk then has been dropped down, and the third base has been rebuilt over on this side, on the right side, since the pressure is there. There is a little ring run by, which we'll find out that there indeed the third base is happening, and there are more forces over here. And it's 3 siege tanks and marines. It's 1-1 finished, and the Terran player is going to go and research 2-2. He's not actually making any more expansions, so his economy is actually quite low. It's like 60 workers only, and that's stuck on it. Meanwhile, the Zerg player is retaking this one as the previously third, now fourth, and this has now been equipped as the third one. The kite nest plating is being researched. Actually, burrow for some reason. Might be misclick, might not be. It might be tried to deny stuff. And the drones are pulled back because of this push, which is heavily in favor of Terran. It's like 40 army supply better for Terran at this position. The ultras with kiteness might be good enough for us to push it back. Meanwhile, the fourth base now is going to be, the third is retaken here, the fourth is going to be settled here. So the Zerg is actively juggling around with making new bases and the possibility to have it. I believe there was a little counterattack here, a little run by, a backstabby one. And yeah, the Terran player is evacuating his forces out. The creep spread now has taken the middle part. There is no creep spread here between these two bases, so it might be reinforcements joining in the main army and move out towards elsewhere. There is a burrow and Banes. I think it was spotted, maybe not, but that's a Bane bombs. Boom. Nice. The floor is bombus, and that's a big loss here for the Terran army. So there are now like, I would say 1/3 of the marines were gone. There are a couple of ultralisks here, and there is a third one joining in soon. There is another Bane mine over here at the position, expecting possible attack flank from this angle. Yeah, here comes the fight. The Lings and ultralisks are trying to deal with the siege tanks. All the Banes were lost. Unfortunately, yeah, there is 2 Liberators, and there are no troops actually that could be dealing with air. So there is no Spire, no Hydra then in this position. Only Queens can actually do that. So that's a little bit painful for the Zerg, but I guess the calculation is there that the losses that he will take will not be as great as the Terran players. The fourth has finished and is mining. There is also fifth taken here, and the attack angle might be from behind. Here the Sport Crawler is being pushed forward to be able to shut down the air units which could come. There goes the double ultras. This force for some reason didn't go, but I believe this is a run by force of Lynx which will go to the opposite side of map. The fourth base is being taken by Terran at the bottom. He has started +3 armors, and the Zerg only is on 2-2. The Queens get rid of 1 Liberator and is working on the Medivacs. That was almost 1 more siege tank down. GG's called, and HalloWDosE takes game number 1. Righty then. Let's switch the sides, and we should start with this one because we are looking at upper bracket finals, and we are in second game, which first one was in favor of Terran player, which is on the opposing side, but we are looking at the main base of the Zerg player playing in blue colors here on bottom right corner on Ruby Rock Ladder Edition, and it's Undertaker. And yeah, he lost the map to the Terran player here in the orange colors on the left upper corner, who is named HalloWDosE. These both are DeVoid guys. expected different result personally, but that's a Zerg bias going on for me. Then again, it was Old Republic, which was the first map, which is excuse me, one might say advantageous map for the Terran players, since the third base is kind of only like possible, I would say, or only one you can take and you have to defend is in the triangle position, which is quite far from the natural, so it's a bit of a stretch. And if the Zerg wants to be super cautious and not drone as fast, as Terran can abuse that, like with threatening with some scary buildings or scary production, while actually the Zerg is a little bit behind. But well, this time we have different game. That's the game number 2. Let's see if Undertaker can take a map back on this matchup. Yep, the Terran player goes with the supply depot, goes with barracks, starts with the Reaper, which is spotted basically by the Overlord, which is flying in and seeing that there is a natural command center being built. The second building is going to be factory. It's technically placed pretty close to the barracks, so it could be still the Hellion build. Meanwhile, there is actually 8 lings coming across the map from Undertaker here. There is no gas so far. The question is what he's gonna do with them. There is a little bit of droning happening behind that, and the third base is being taken. And yeah, the Zerglings are in. Where is the Reaper? The Reaper went out on the map, but the Zerglings are in. They did manage to catch out one SCV, I believe. That's 2 SCVs going down. And the supply depot was not lifted, and the Lings have successfully entered the map. That's a 2, that's a 4 SCVs going down. It shows the starport pretty much for the Zerg player, which one Zergling is micro to kill off this SCV. And yeah, that's quite immense damage done. It's 6 SCVs going down here for the Terran player. There is Reactor, which is switched up with the barracks, and there is one Hellion out here. Meanwhile, on the main base, well, the Roach Warden is being taken in the natural, double gas is being taken in natural, so knowing that there is a Hellion opening, the Zerg player needs to get as gas as soon as possible to be able to produce some roaches to defend against possible Hellions. And it might include Hellion drop, since there is Medivac coming, and it's gonna be 4 Hellions. No, it's gonna be more than 4 Hellions and a possible Medivac drop with them. Meanwhile, 4 Queens, 1 at the main, 1 at the natural, 2 are at the natural just doing the creep spreading job. And there comes the Reapermans, finds a drone, and that drone is being saved by the Spore. Meanwhile, on the other side, there are 4 Hellions, no, that's 5 Hellions, and 2 more are joining in, so it might be split Hellion push. Oh no, there is armory, so it's gonna be Hellbats. It's gonna be Hellbats, ladies and gentlemen. Liberator, Hellbat push, it's gonna be Hellion Medivac, kind of into Hellbat push. And that's a little bit of overdroning here for the Zerg player for sure. There is 1 drone running away, there is 1 Roach, there is 3 more drones being caught in the middle, there is a couple more of them. Yeah, a lot of them are being saved from the natural, but unfortunately that cuts out the gas production here for the Zerg player, and Medivac is dropping 2 of them right into Mineral Lane, which was the escape for the drones. And now drones are pretty much captured, cornered here, and the Hellions can cook them up. It's a big barbecue wave. As I said, there is no gas income, unfortunately, for the Zerg player. I believe that's a Medivac which has gone down. Okay, the drones were blocking the ramp a little bit, but yeah, they thought not gonna do that, since the Hellbats transformed into Hellions. The Queens actually managed to capture something else out here. Didn't spot that. I'm too slow for these guys. The queens are successfully defending this thing. Okay, so Hellbat push versus Zerglings. It's 12 workers, which has gone down here for the Zerg player is quite painful. He is ahead, basically, in workers. He's ahead by 20 workers, not really, it's like 15 more so. What is the transition for the Terran player here? There is a starport number 2 actually being built, there is a tech lab on 1, it's a Banshee, and there is command center for the third base. There is Overlord, pretty much still here, and actually Zerg player is guessing right, building the Spire. He needs gases, he's taking 2 more at the main base, so he might need some spores. I don't see spore here, unfortunately. Oh no, I see spore there. That's cool. Spore in the main, spore in the natural is there. I don't see. Spore in the 4th, spore in the 3rd, and there is Spire also being built, and that's a rotors, flight rotors for the Banshees, not only cloak, so it's gonna be a little bit of a Banshee play. There are mines defending the natural. There's only 2 bases, there's no 3rd base for the Terran player so far. Yes, he's finishing one on top, and he might be trying to expand on back of it. Actually, Zerg player is going for +1 air attacks, which is really good, but he needs Mutas out fast. I assume that means that he's going to build Mutas. He has Baneling Nest coming on back of it, and yes, there is like a couple of Mutas on production. There is Overlord speed being researched, so that's really good guess here by the Zerg player, what's gonna come after him. Yeah, there is little Hellbat Hellion run by, which manages to get 7 drones. It's denied here. So what is in favor after this trades? Actually, it's a Zerg player in favor by 200 resources so far, so that's a good catch. There comes the Banshees. Banshees turn on the cloaking field, but the Spore spots him. Really good position for the Spore. The Queens are chewing them away. There's a couple of Mutas. Unfortunately, that's not the Muta count is not growing here. Spore is being moved. The 3rd base has landed. Yeah, the Muta count needs to grow. I guess it was a supply block here for the Undertaker because he goes a laser on his overlords. He has a big money income and he don't know how to spend it. Meanwhile, there is multiple factories which has joined in, and they are researching Blue Flame. They're going for Cyclone Locon research, which means that the units that the Zerg player is going to need is not gonna be much Mutas. It's actually going to be some roaches with infestors. Well, roaches already are on the field. The Zerg is going for the 5th. Here comes the Overlord, finds out about the Locon, so it's mines, Banshees, Hellions and Cyclones. I would say that's a Roach Hydra infestor force that needs to be done. Are there any missile turrets here? They are building some, I guess. Scan might have been revealed, revealing the Mutas here. And yeah, there they are. It's a big Banshee side push and Cyclone push on the main. The Mutas are scaring away the Hellion Cyclone push, but the Banshees are going to find the 5th base. Is the response going to be here from the Zerg player? He spotted the potholes in the ground for the possible mines, and he is denying the 3rd base. Meanwhile, he is having a trouble. There is 5 Banshees fully reeking on his 4th base. The Overseers are called back. There's going to be Queens, and there is 1 Muta working on it. So Queens are keeping the transfusing this base alive, and Mutas are recalled back, and they are denying the Banshee pressure in general. The 3rd base has been denied. There are actually roaches sitting here, patrolling a little bit. The research actually is +1 melee and +1 armor here, which is very interesting for the Zerg player, because that should be something else, but instead there is a big transition in a huge amount of lings. It could be Ling Bane first? Maybe that's a fifth. I have not seen this, but I would say that's a big max out for the Zerg player. So he might be actually going for the big Ling Bane Hydra, Ling Bane Mutaforce, which is going to try to punch through this Hellions, no, but the Hellbats to get to the Cyclones, instead of going that Infestor path. Missile turret is built here for some reason in front. There is a couple of Cyclones, but the Muta count is big enough to actually be able to shut down the missile turrets, and harass working. Yeah, the Mutas are expecting the baiting out the army here, and meanwhile it could be actually frontal attack here, but no, it's a hive, it's an ultra then, and the Lings are finding out how painful is this army. The Banes are blowing up all the Hellbats, the Roaches are left for the Cyclones. Now is the time where you need Lings. Unfortunately, all of the Overseers has gone down, but all of the SCVs of the Natural also have gone down, and GG's called. Undertaker Games takes game number 2, and we are jumping into the Deciders match, which is game number 3. Alrighty then, we are back at the Deciders match between these two guys, which are playing in upper bracket finals, and you are looking at the main base of Terran player playing here on the in the orange colors. On the top left corner of 10,000 feet, ladder edition, it's HalloWDosE, and he has tied his score with this guy. Okay, with this guy, and his name is Undertaker, and he's playing Zerg pieces here in the blue colors on the bottom right corner. The system is saying that he's allowing me to do the mine casting. I am all fine with that. The question is, I guess he's not willing to do the call casting, which is sad. I expected that such might be the case, but who knows? Anyways, the Terran player here is doing some weird shenanigans. It's double racks. It might be 2-1-1 opener with a mass Reaper. The question is the Zerg player ready for it? The map distance is short, therefore that could be pretty quick an aggression from here from the Terran player. Is there double gases? No, there is only one gas so far. Maybe that's enough. No, he's actually going for Marine. Didn't see that coming. That's another supply depot. So it's double barracks with double supply depots, but it's a Marine. I guess the Marine is to snipe down the Overlord, and that's exactly what's happening. And there is double Reaper being started behind that. There's actually 8 Zerglings being made once again. So previous game, those 8 Lings did manage to get into main base of the Terran player and did quite a little bit of an SCV damage here. The Undertaker is flying his Overlord over. There is a couple of Reapers going to come out here, and the command center is being built on behind of it. Double the Queens, 8 Lings, and the third base is going to be taken over here at this position. I assume that this is really scary position because this is very good siege. These are very good siege tank points to take them. And it's actually 3 Reapers. 3 Reapers into Reactor and Tech Lab to research the stim packs as soon as possible. Those Lings actually managed to cancel down and get inside the main base. Wowzers. Well, unfortunately, I don't think it was worth trade. It was 200 to 50. Not really a worth trade in my mind, but it might have delayed the aggression here from the Reapers for a little bit of time. Double Queens are in front. There is a Queen here on ledge, one or more Queen. Actually, they both are going on ledge, but the Reapers are coming from the front, and they will target down the drones immediately. Do they get one drone? I think they will get one drone. Yes, they got 2, and there is the third Queen out, so they are shooed away. Meanwhile, Terran player, as expected, is going for the steam packs. He's building command center number 3. Actually, no factory yet. So, no, there it is. Factory, starport, and then probably a medivacs, double medivacs for the 16 Marines with a steam pack. So it's 2-1-1 in this kind of version. The Queen is expecting Reapers to jump in from the ledge. They do so, and one of the Reapers go down to the Queenies. Meanwhile, there is a heavily droning happening. There's double Queens here defending the third. Double Queens defending the ledge, and the middle will have another Queen there. The steam packs are halfway done. There is Spore Crawlers being... no, that was for defense being built. There is one more Reaper spotting the possible fourth base. There is double Queens here, triple actually. So it's Queen and Ling power right now. It's actually going for the lair. Double gas has been taken in the natural. And here comes the possibly reactor. Yeah, reactor for the starport. So there will be 16 Marines with stims, and the starport will have 2 medivacs. Although that attack might itself be a little bit delayed, I don't see the Baneling's nest being built. That drone was sent to build the fourth base. The Queens are here to shoo the Reaper man away, and the fourth base is being taken down. There is starting to be produced. There is double medivacs, tech lab for the factory switch, double NG base, so it's a bio force based army which is going to come. Meanwhile, the Zerg player is going for the Bane's Nest, double evolution chamber, while he actually has successfully droned up 3 bases in 5 minutes and half. 5.5 minutes. Well, technically there should be some spores here to be able to defend against the drop when it's gonna come, because it's gonna come really soon. There is 1-1 being researched, there is medipacks being researched, and siege tanks being built up behind. The Overlord was hunted by the Marines. There's actually Hydra then being built. That's interesting. The armor and +1 attacks is being started, and 20 Lings are on the way. I see this match has been going for a while. A little bit. There is the Bane speed also being researched, but Marines are here, and those Overlords are queued in really bad spots. Some of the Lings are turned into Banes, and drones were transferred to the fourth base. That third base might be given up. Oh, it's saved on transfuses, but yeah, that's a gun. That's a gunner. The third base, which is giving Terran player a little bit more advantage over here. Oh, the Bane speed has not been finished yet. Some Marines go down, but that's 800 resource advantage for the Terran player. He has the third base with a lot of energy though, so Mule Hammer could be pressed a lot right now, and the income could be insane. There is already one pack. Yeah, there is the second pack of reinforcements coming in. That's 2 more medivacs, siege tank, and Marines. The Bane speed might get finished until that point, but this siege tank is going to siege on this position, which might try to hold the Marines over here to be able to bait the forces into the siege tank line. That's 2 more overseers here. The Bane speed has been finished. The 1-1 is finished, and yeah, the siege tank pretty much is going to secure these Marines to be able to harass this retaken third. Meanwhile, the Zerg player has gone for the fourth out there on the left bottom corner, and finds out about siege tank fire line. And the base is cancelled in general, and this base will be taken in line as the new, I guess, 5th now, because that's not anymore the 3rd, nor the 4th, nor nothing. This Overlord has survived still. It's still spotting stuff. There is siege tanks. What are the upgrades? It's 1-1 for the Terran, 1-1 for the Zerg. Well, the Hydras have finished the range. The Hydra speed is on the way. There's actually +1 attack for Hydras, and infestation plate being made also at the moment. So Hydras are here, and there's quite a bit of them already. The creep spread is going to give the vision, which is very important for the Zerg player at this position. And definitely the 4th base has been started for the Terran. The worker advantage is in favor of the Zerg player here. Well, this 4th base is a little bit unprotected against this kind of side drop, so it's actually split push right now. So it's a little side drop here on the one side, and the main army is coming on this side. So it might be bait for players like me, pretty much to go full F2A move, while actually this company will take down the possibly 4th or 5th base. The Lings are running around. Are they going to deny this? No, they are going actually, I believe, for a backstab over here. So yeah, this base has been given up without any problemo. There is actually a huge Ling run by prepared here. The question is what they are going to do. I guess they are going to go for the 3rd. Yes, but there is already Marines and siege tank, and main army is pretty much recalled back over here. It's 2-2 being researched here for the Terran player, and he's actually going some mine tech because mines are being getting researched. Some Banes being morphed here, so now the Zerg is a little bit aggressor, retaking the 5th base over here. The 4th is fully mining and saturated. This creep was denied, and that vision is a little bit lackluster here for the Zerg player. The Queen is on the task. Here comes the Lings. That's gonna be a planetary. There's +2 attacks being researched for the Hydras. There's +2 attacks done for the Lings. And the Liberator's Mines joining in the main company. The Hive is on the way. There's actually Lurker then being built, which means that the Zerg player might be thinking about Lurkers in this situation. That would explain the transition to Hydras. And that's a planetary which actually might go down to those Lings, and it actually successfully does so. The army here for the Terran player is on the creep, and the mines does not save it from the beautiful Bane connection. Hydras are dealing with the Medivacs. A lot of Ling Bane is attacking. There is a side push here with a bunch of Marines, and the whole army is being recalled here. Will it manage to save the hatchery from going down? Answer is no. The Medivacs are evacuating the Marines and they are running away. There are 2 more command centers being built. One is almost finished, which will going to replace the 5th base. No, but the 4th base here for the Terran player. Meanwhile, the 4th base here, or the previously 5th, is now fully mining, fully saturated. There's +2 armor, there is +2 attacks for the Hydras, for the range, and there is actually for the Lurkers also. Adrenals started. Some Banes are being morphed in, so it's gonna be some Lurker damage happening. I guess, yeah, the range attack is being weighted, but there is Liberators Bane Mines. We saw really good connection already in game number 1. Unfortunately, that was lost. This Liberator is just here to deny possibility of why it's not shooting of drones. I guess it was on like halt, not to move out. There is another Bane Mine over here. There is Bane Mine over here. The question is, will any Terran forces step on it? And 9 Lurkers are being morphed in. There are Liberator Force, so that's quite painful. 3-3 started to research, and there's actually some ghosts on the way too. So yeah, the Lurkers are unfortunately in grave danger, I would say, because ghosts and Liberators. The mines are there to delete the possibility of Lings. The 5th base has been landed, the 4th is fully saturating for Terran, and there is a little split force trying to take down the hatchery here. They will not succeed, but they will be evacuated for sure. There are no siege tanks, there's only mines here. There's actually Nidus being made right now at Natural, I believe, here for the Zerg player. The lurkers are kind of holding this ramp, and there's 2 more lurkers holding this from possible pushes. 3-3 is almost done for the Terran player. He's going for ghosts, as I said already. The ghosts are being built. The lurkers successfully gets rid of part of the army. Little backstab force of Lings, Banes, and even 1 Hydra going here is going to deny the 5th, and all army pretty much is being recalled. Unfortunately, no army runs over that base. The Lings and Banes were trying to catch this army on the move. Some of them successfully do so. The mines are still targeting. Yep, some of them are being split. There is a big fight happening. Unfortunately, no ghosts are going down. We don't hear huge screams around. I would say that the Zerg player needs to stick with the Lingbane Hydra right now. He has no option to go for lurkers unless he's trying to go for some backstabs with overlords and Niduses. Zerg is going for the... He has this as his 6th, and he will have this as his 7th. That was a Bane Mine I did miss, unfortunately. It might have been glorious, and there is one more. Unfortunately, that's too late for it. Here comes the force trying to get rid. Yeah, the 3 ghosts are still alive, unfortunately, and this force is being denied. There is no army, I believe, for the Zerg player here, unfortunately. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's 18 Hydras being built right now at the same time. The Terran player has bio force of 3-3. There is ghosts, there is plenty of liberators. That's quite an impressive siege right here, impressive siege. And I don't think it could be broken that easily. There is mine bombs, the Bane bomb being made here. Some of them were scanned and denied, and this base will be denied once again. Meanwhile, the Zerg player is going for Spire, I guess, to get Corruptors to be able to get rid of the immense Liberator force. Yeah, the Lurkers have been morphed in here to be able to protect. There is an Overlord force being going for the main base, so that might be an Ida Swarm which will pop out in the main base once it's ready. There is a lot of lurkers over here. That's a full, like 12, no, 20 of them. How many it is? It's 24 lurkers. There is an Nidus. There's actually siege tank here defending the main base, so that actually will not be going up, unfortunately, for the Zerg. But there is quite a lot of ghosts here. One more Nidus is being released. That's next to the siege tank, but the ghosts and siege tank is unsieged, and the ghost is already shooting away on it. I don't think that Nidus is going to pop, and this Overlord is going to go down. The 7th or whatever the base, there is 8th base taken. This is really painful mid which has been taken by the Liberators and siege tanks and some mines. Some Lings are trying to run by and find out what's the situation. The lockdown force here is going to move here. That's a nice catch. Yeah, the ghosts are going to snipe down these lurkers without a fuss, and this base unfortunately now is under danger. Meanwhile, once again being built Nidus, but Nidus don't go up, and there is missile turrets, a lot of them being built here to be able to protect against this kind of aggression, and this base is unfortunately going down for the Zerg player. Meanwhile, Nidus is going up on the other side, but here the SCVs are being pulled to protect against it. There's little Bane Mine force over here, which could be trying to catch out the ghosts. It needs to bait the ghosts to go inside. No, oh my god, the Terran was not paying attention, and that was all of the ghosts going down. The Nidus was denied, but another Nidus is being replacing. So one head was denied, and one more is being replacing that. The Banes unburrow and try to blow some stuff up. The question is, what is production? There is 15 Corruptors made, so that will be the force that will get rid of the Liberator force. The lurkers are deleting this, I believe that's a 5th or 6th base for the Terran player, and +3 ranged attacks and +3 melee attacks are being researched and is gonna finish. Here comes the Corruptors from all sides. There is actually quite intensive siege tank force, but it will be deleted or depleted by the Lings. And Zerg actually is going to go for the counter attack by sacking this base, leaving 3 lurkers for the responsible party, and is returning the game upside down. For some reason there are 4 lurkers over here, which could be impressive force to for the Terran to deal with. Here comes all the Liberators. Everything is unsieged and called back to the to defend the bases. Corruptors are here, they might catch out, and they successfully do catch out some of the Liberators. Liberators do AoE, so in big amount of numbers, the Liberators actually can get rid of Corruptors, but yeah, this was not big enough amount of them. There's only 2 Liberators left. There is a scan, and the Liberators are getting rid of lurkers over here. They spot the Nidus. The ghost count has been recovered a little bit, and actually Terran player is going for Thors behind that, which is very weird transition. Very weird transition. And why I'm saying that, because Terran player technically has no upgrades for the mech, so he has only +1 weapons. I guess Thors are for the Corruptors, so technically it was baited out from the Zerg player here. I don't know where the Nidus, I guess Nidus had popped here. There is 2 Banes pretty much spotting this force moving on. It's ghosts and siege tanks only, pretty much, with a small bio reinforcement. It could be quite painful here. There is actually nuke being researched on behind of this. And the lurkers are trying to shut down the siege tank. They successfully do so. They will not manage to get this, but this mineral line is being shelled. Meanwhile, there is little backstab force of 6 lurkies. It's being dealt with bio force and couple of Thors. The snipes are going down, taking down, and Undertaker actually is going for Broodlords. That's another weird transition. There is no air defenses here. The nuke is landing over here now. There is no whatchamacallit, there is no air upgrades for the Zerg here, so that will be at the mercy of snipes. And Thors are already here. Okay, that's a big fight taking place right now. Some of the ghosts successfully dodged this. The snipes are going down. The snipes are targeting, for some reason, Corruptors. The Broodlord force is still in play over here. The +1 air research is being researched right now. More Lings are joining in. That's basically two fully mining bases for Zerg and like 2 halves, I would say. And yeah, that's one and a half. So basically Zerg player is in advantage. I believe this drone was burrowed, or it is burrowed, or it is holding position for some reason. But that's the reason why the command center couldn't land where it was supposed to be. Yeah, the Terran is going for more Thors to be able to deal with Broodlords. He's for some reason he's transferring his SCVs in the same time as his command center, which is ending quite badly for him. He's losing 1 full mineral lane here of SCVs, and he might be losing that command center. There is couple of ghosts. No, it's like 6 ghosts over here. The Banes are being burrowed to blow them up if they come, and this base is denied by Nidus Swarm and couple of lurkers. The Banes are here. It just needs a little bit of bait to come forward, but no. This command center is going to burn down, that's for sure. This command center cannot be landed, and that's a BM hatchery, that is. if anything at all. Well, technically, the worker advantage here is for Zerg player. He's kind of mining half of this base. He's fully mining this base. He is half of mining this base. He has ability to fully mine these 3 bases, while the Terran player pretty much is dependent on this half base, and that's all there is of his army. So basically it could be one good fight. There are infestors joining in. Will they be for the fungals? No idea. A little bit of lag over here. I guess, yes, that's a fungals over here. There are Vikings to deal with Broodlords together with the Thors, but yeah, the Corruptor count was not big enough to deal with the Vikings, and the Vikings has pretty much free reign upon those Broodlords, which are quickly falling down. There are a couple more ghosts. Yeah, the bank here for the Terran player is not as big as the Zerg player here for sure. So Zerg is going to max out pretty quickly. There is a distance mining of gas happening, but yeah, the income here is actually quite equal, even though there is only a couple of mineral patches. Oh no, I forgot this base. This base is fully mining. That's my bad. And Terran is trying to retake this base by all means. And there is the big army force here. That's Banes, Corruptors, Marines. Yeah, I would say now is the time to go Lingbane Hydra, suddenly twist it around. And suddenly the Thor will be useless. For some reason drones were pulled here. This corner base is fully mining, but I guess that will be the next target for the Terran player. That's 11 drones mining the gas. There's a couple of drones sent here, but there is mine over here which is going to get rid of all the workers. That was one shot for her, for that mine. That's 4 workers going down. There's Banes being sent around, I guess, to make Bane mines. This corner base is denied. The Ultra actually is spawning. The Ultralist then was coming up somewhere on the side of this. And chitinous plating is being researched. There's actually 5 Ultras. That could be actually big enough firepower for the Zerg player to actually kill off the army. That's a big burrow to save the drones. And there comes the pushy wave with the chitinous plating not finished. The light went out. I'm going in the dark. I will be in the light after this one, that's for sure, for the next matchup. But until then, here comes the big clash. Fungals, multiple chain fungals, the ultras and the corruptors are getting rid of air units, the ultras are getting rid of ground units, the Thors are going down, and yeah, that's 3 Thors. There's actually mine over here, which is doing a lot of damage, I would say. This mine was got rid of by Spore, so this space is mining now. These drones are still burrowed, so this base is now safe to be mined by Terran. So this is his lifeline. This base and this base are the lifeline of the Terran player. He sends the Liberator here to shut down some drones, to harass some economy. Well, the Zerg player has remaxed successfully, so that's a lot of Lings and Banes and some Corruptors and Infestors, and that will deny this side base. And nice Fungal here catches out most of the Terran bio force, and this base is completely denied, which means that lifeline is half base, which is over here. And the Zerg player is remaxing with 7 Ultras, which will be just insane remax here for the Terran, for the Zerg, and I don't think Terran has anything to deal with that. GG is called, and Undertaker takes the upper finals and moves to the grand finals. HalloWDosE is going to the lower bracket, and I think we will follow him up because there is a lot more games for him to play. So yeah.